welcome to Usualmike Television Toy Showcase channel, where we're going to talk about The Rise of Skywalker. Before I start, it is going to be spoiler laden, so if you hadn't seen the film, head for the exits. If you have and you want to hear my opinion of it, and it's going to be more centric to action figures because that's what we mostly talk about here. Also, disclaimer, whatever I say is my own opinion. Nobody's gave me money. I'm not hooked up with Hasbro or Disney or anyone's going to be paying me for an opinion. The opinion is my own and I'm sharing it with you guys because, hey, you're the fans and some of you want to hear what I have to say, except for one guy. Yes. Anyway, let's get into it. The movie that, well, wrapped up the sequel trilogy. Of course, there was The Force Awakens. Not too bad film. Great stuff. The Last Jedi. The divisive film. The one that was like, why did they make this film? Some people glorifyingly loving it. Some of us think those people were paid to say that. Some actually do love it. And then there's some of us who absolutely dreadfully hate it. There's no middle ground on The Last Jedi. But then comes The Rise of Skywalker. And what happens? We have a very conflicting base of yes, no, maybes. What is this film? My genuine opinion, great film. Great film. I know people will say, oh, you won't like it. Yeah, I did. I enjoyed this. It is a long film. It is go, 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 go. It does not stop. There's no quiet space in this film. It is action aplenty. There's so much story, so much good story in this. They'll be making YouTube videos on it for years to come, pulling it apart and saying this happened, that happened. There was voices, old school Jedis were heard, old faces were seen, lots of Easter eggs. It was a really good film. It was a good film. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. I know some of my fans aren't going to be because you know that last film was very divisive. I loved The Last Jedi's trailer. I thought it was amazing. There's one called Awake. If you ever type in The Last Jedi trailer, Awake, watch that with Luke Skywalker walks onto the Millennium Falcon and it all lights up. And it's just so visually stunning and brilliant. And then we see the film and it's like, what? So I love this trailer and I hated that film. Then I watched this trailer to this movie and it was just a bunch of shiny things like, look at this, and it told me nothing about the story. Because there's so much story. This is good. This is brilliant. It's not a masterpiece of a film, but it is, for Star Wars, it is a great story. It's very watchable. I want to see it again and again and again. Let's get into the film. Kylo Ren, badass on Mustafar, goes to see Palpatine. You see Snoke as a clone. It moves on to the Rebel base. The Rebel base is like, what's with all the trees? Landing ships right in the trees. A lot going on. Carrie Fisher being in the film, it's like, wow, they did such a good job with that special effects sort of technique and the new style that she's wearing. Obviously, when they filmed her originally, it was from The Force Awakens. She was that different kind of outfit. Now with this new outfit, we're going to see that. Definitely going to see that in an action figure very, very soon. We obviously have Rey already in the white. Looks really good. There's, what else are we going to see? Might see some Ewoks. I saw a Sandcrawler. And I got excited. I saw that Sandcrawler. That's right near the arm. Jumped all over the place at the moment. That vehicle could be coming back. You know, they did it for the Disney parks. Maybe it's going to be a Hasbro production that they get. Everyone will be able to go into a shop and buy it. Maybe. Lieutenant Connix, I think they'll do an action figure of her. I know she's available in Lego minifigure and also as a pop. Please put her in the vintage collection. That would be lovely. Should be fine up there. The guy called Beaumont, I told you about him the other day, Dominic Monaghan, had a few lines in the film. Maybe an action figure of him. So many ships in the Armada. I know you guys who watch Clone Wars and Rebels and read that expanded universe saw all those and were like, oh, overwhelmed with all the ships. Like, I'm not a ship dude, but I appreciate them. There's some stuff there to make for the vintage collection as well. So many ships. Old Man Lando, I think we'll get him in the vintage collection, probably also in the Black Series as well, because he's a OT stalwart character, so we'll see him. Han Solo, who turned up as Vision, we may see him as well. They tweaked him slightly because they made him grizzled, so he looked rather older than he did when he was in The Force Awakens. They made him disheveled because time's gone on, but he didn't age because he's been killed. Oh well, he looks a little different. They'll make an action figure of him. Luke as an action figure in the blue box. That has to happen. When Rey is on Ahch-To, she burns that ship down. She throws away her saber, just same way, you know, just losing it, getting all, I'm fed up with this. And he catches it. And it's like, oh, yes, that's perfect. Because as we saw him throw it away in the last one, it's like, why did he do that? That was so insulting to catch it and hand it back to her like perfection. Like, that was perfectly done. That was so well done. And they used a bit of Ahch-To again, like in the hut and all that. That's terrific. So I know we've talked about with the Force Ghost stuff, we've got Obi-Wan, we've got Yoda, and we've talked about Hayden Christensen's version of Anakin to be used as a blue box Force Ghost, but I'd definitely put Luke in there as well. And also Leia, because she turns up at the end in the vision. Brilliant. New lightsabers as well. When I first saw Leia's, I was like, that's Mace Windu's. But you have another look. No. It's quite similar, but yeah, different again. We may get another Rey with that new lightsaber that she built, which kind of looks a little bit like her staff, the end of her staff. Do I have the staff here? I do. So this is the Rey staff. I sort of thought that little end, this is the kids one that you sort of like, how do you pop this thing out? Just shake it and that's like, okay, now I'll just extend it. So it's extended there. It's about 4 foot long, but the ends of it, the lightsaber looks similar to this. So I think we're going to get another lightsaber. Well, the new one will look much like styling of the staff. This is the Rey staff. Excellent. The movie made me care about John Boyega's character. In the first movie, we're like, Finn, great story. Runaway stormtrooper. This is going good. What's going to happen here? Then his character was turned into comic fodder. It's just a joke wearing a plastic suit with air. Oh. And this movie made me care. I really thought Finn was back to being cool. And that's where he should be. Because you got to relate. He's like your mate. And Poe. I'm in on Poe now. Because look, he's awesome. And he's got that excellent attire that looks like Nathan Drake. Brilliant stuff. Poe in that outfit, Black Series figure. Finn in his outfit, Black Series figure. Brilliant. We've seen that outfit in the Galaxy of Adventures 5-inch line from Finn. We haven't seen any Poe figures yet. They're probably, the only Poe figure we do have is the flight suit, but I think they're going to give him that regular outfit because he wore more of it in the film. Another Palpatine, perhaps. It looks interesting because he wasn't quite Palpatine. He was on like a crane, kept alive. Yeah. I suppose they had to do him a little bit differently and show you that he's only hanging on to life. Speaking of Rey again, the double lightsaber thing. Maybe we'll have 2 lightsabers in a Black Series box with the new Rey. I want a dark side Rey where they've actually fought each other. That was brilliant. Oh, this movie had so much. It's like, how am I remembering this all? I don't want to ramble on too much, but my advice is, if you didn't like it, go back and see it again. People who love The Last Jedi are saying, oh, this is terrible. What have they done? You know what they did? They retconned the rubbish. That's what they did, and it's good that they did that because fan servicing, you make a movie for fans because fans pay the money. You try and bring in people who are half-assed moviegoers and like, I like to go and see cinema. And oh, look at these wonderful narratives and direct that. Nobody cares about that. You service fans. Fan servicing is what it's all about. I want to see action. I want to see fun. I want to see the gang. I want to see lots of stuff that is Star Wars related. It's no good having a film that's full of things that I don't give a care about. And that's what The Last Jedi sort of was to me. It's like a lot of things that throwing away lore, changing ideas. The only nitpick I'm going to say on this movie is I still cannot get used to the Rey and Kylo interactions where they're not in the same room, but they are in the same room. That does my head in. Those Skype calls where they smashed something, her and Kylo and Rey were fighting in a room. The helmet gets smashed, Vader's helmet on the ground, and then he noticed, that's where you are. And I'm like, just those kind of interactions I don't like. I don't get it. I don't really understand it enough, and it just was introduced in The Last Jedi and it's still used in this, and it's like, I hate that. I really do. Be in the same goddamn room, you know? Weird. Just think, go back to episode 4. Could you imagine Vader and Obi-Wan fighting right there? But they're not there. They're not really there. One's somewhere else. And then Vader strikes him down, but he wasn't there in the first place, so he lives and he's somewhere. That's the only part about this film I didn't like. But they left it in there. I tried to go back and find a tweet as well from 2015 that I put on Twitter where I put hashtag Rey Skywalker because I thought she was a Skywalker. Lots of people said she was a Palpatine. We're both right. And I hope when they do another Rey in the Black Series, she's only got Rey and then Dio. Wouldn't it be good if they did Rey Skywalker and then they do a variant box and do Rey Palpatine and Rey Darkside Palpatine? Oh, brilliant! Dark Jedi Rey Palpatine. Yeah, that's got a good ring to it. Anyway, I've been rambling on far too long. Just want to tell you about Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles. I purchased this one, Imperial Assault. Oh yeah, 148. This wave never came to Australia at all, but Aussie Sci-Fi has these in stock. This guy and Phasma. I want to do a little overview of all my vintage collections because I think I'm missing one. I think I'm missing the Elite Praetorian Guard. I don't know. I'll have to... Yeah, this bad boy on the back here. I don't think I have that one. Out of the extensive line... Oh, and also the Sith Trooper and the Armory Sith Trooper. I don't have those either. Well, because I bought that, Aussie Sci-Fi, as you know, is my sponsor. He gifted me, for my boy, a Mafex Blue Vader. Check this out. This is awesome. Darth Vader hologram version. This is Japanese. On the back, you can see down the bottom here. Disney, Japan. Oh, there's the picture. Look how shiny he looks. That's brilliant. And it's made by, yeah, Mafex. Very, very cool. I may open him up and leave him on the shelf behind me. And he said Merry Christmas and gifted me the Cave of Evil. I have never owned a special action figure set. I've seen, I think, the pink one. There's one with pink on it there. And I've seen, is it on, oh, maybe it's on there. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I've seen them at conventions, like in the glass cabinets, and people are like, oh, back in the old days, I used to make these. You know, proper Kenner ones. I've seen a couple, but I've never owned one, and this is my first special action figure. Sonda action figurine set. Now it's got 5 languages. This same package is sold all around the world, having 5 different things. Very, very cool. The Yoda in this, I'm getting in there close. The Yoda is amazing. I know people are, oh, the arms on Luke. It's very hard to do skin. So his elbows, yes, they look a bit wonky, but yeah, it's his own body. Some of these are variants where you have the mask of Vader there so you can see his face, because obviously you ruined the face, and underneath is Luke's face because that's what he sees in the cave. So brilliant set. Thank you so much to Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles for that. Wonderful. Thank you guys for watching today. As I said, Aussie Sci-Fi Collectibles for your Star Wars, Marvel, DC TV movies. Check them out today, link in the description down below. Also, if you'd like to buy some merch, check out my shirts. All of my shirts are available in my Redbubble store. Buying from the store helps out the channel, so thank you very much. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Usualmike30 or on Instagram at Usualmike.television. And if you'd like to send some fan mail, it's up here at PO Box 957 Lismore, New South Wales 248 Australia. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap that little bell for notifications, slap a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. All the best.